everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So last month, my family and I ended up going on a couple different vacations, a couple weeks apart, very small ones, and only for the weekend, so nothing extravagant. But while we were out there, we ended up stopping at some half-price books, some Goodwill, some other thrift stores, things like that. And I shared some of those items I grabbed in a video. Man, it might have been a month ago now. I don't even know. But I was looking through my stack and I found out, or I realized that there's a whole nother pile here that are not thrift store items that I haven't shared with you guys yet. So that's what we're going to go through today. I have VHS tapes, DVDs, and even a Blu-ray in this stack. All items that I picked up while on vacation from various locations. So let's not waste any more time at all. We got about 14 to get through. So let's dive right into another vacation media haul. I'm not going to remember where I got the vast majority of these from, and frankly, you guys don't really care, but I do know I spent very little on these. So first up, I'll start with the VHS tapes. We have a Chuck Norris film. This is Delta Force 2, and I did not already have this one in my collection, so I definitely wanted to add it. And now that I'm holding this, and I think this one and the next one, I think I'm lying. These are not vacation finds. These are actually from a local, like, little flea market that I was at. But either way, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. And this I want to say was around $3, I think, to pick this one up. So that's why I had to grab it. This is the exact type of thing I want on VHS. Just a silly 80s or 90s, yeah, 1990 action vehicle from Chuck Norris. Like, that's awesome to have on VHS. So first up today is Delta Force 2. This was an awesome find, and one that I didn't even know existed until I think I was watching a video from Neil over at Neil's Movie Channel. He hauled it, or not hauled, I think it was one of his collection videos or something, but either way, that's how I discovered it. This is the third film in the Crocodile Dundee franchise, Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. So this looks outrageous and just ridiculous, but I cannot wait to see this film. I have not watched the original Crocodile Dundee in a very long time. And I think I've seen it. Maybe when I watch it, I'll realize I haven't. But I believe I did when I was a kid. And I don't think I've seen any of the sequels. But I mean, like, look at that. It looks so absurd. And it looks so very 90s. So yeah, I had to grab this one. Looks like a ton of fun. This is another really cool VHS find that does have the rewind information on it from Blockbuster, along with the previewed sticker there. So very cool find. This is Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. This one I did get from Half Price Books down in Ohio, and I've actually been considering buying this one on VHS for a little while because it is a unique version of this film, and so that's why I was interested. But this is Star Trek The Motion Picture, and you can see right on it, it says special longer version. Now, until relatively recently, if I'm not mistaken, I think the only way you could get this was through this VHS tape, but this has now been released on Blu-ray. Has it been on 4K? I think it's just Blu-ray, but let me know down below. You guys probably know a lot more about this than I do. But yeah, this one adds 12 minutes to the movie, which I've heard it's not necessary. It's not great necessarily, but it's still interesting to have another version of the film in the collection. So definitely need to watch these ones eventually here, but I've yet to start this franchise yet. But I definitely will because I have them all on 4K. But this is a cool VHS tape. This is Star Trek, The Motion Picture, the special longer version. It wasn't too long ago when I showed this video in another haul. It may have been a thrift store haul actually, but I saw this one while I was out and I couldn't pass it up. Another version of Planet of the Apes. And this is such a fun looking version of this. Like, the colors scream the 90s. And you can tell this is part of a set. It has the number 1 on the side there. I have no idea what the others in this franchise look like from this release, but I would love to find them. This is just super cool. This is one that I definitely need to revisit on VHS. I think that would just be a fun thing to do. So very happy to have another version of Planet of the Apes in the collection. This is the CBS Fox Video release of Planet of the Apes. One more VHS tape to go today, and this is an awesome find in my opinion. I know you can get this on DVD, probably Blu-ray, I would imagine, but I don't have it any other way. This is Alien Nation. Prepare yourself. This has such an awesome cast led by Mandy Patinkin and James Caan. Like, that's ridiculous. This one is directed by Graham Baker. But yeah, this looks awesome. If I'm not mistaken, someone was just talking about this, and I feel like there might be a TV series that was a spin-off from this. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm totally making that up, but I remember someone talking about this film recently, and for some reason I have it in my mind that there was a TV series done after this. But yeah, this looks just like an absolute blast. I cannot wait to check this movie out. Really cool find, and again, this one was like $1 or $2 at half-price books, so yeah, it was in their clearance section, so this was a must-grab. The last of the VHS tapes today, we have Alien Nation. These next two I found at a location called Disc Traders, which sounds remarkably similar to Disc Replay. That's because it is the exact same company. They just, for some reason, they use Traders instead of Replay, but either way, it's the same stuff when you walk in. Now, this location, not very good. Last time I went, they had a whole bunch of stuff. This time, their Blu-ray section was just awful. Fortunately, though, they did have a DVD section that was in their clearance area, and it was loaded with a bunch of stuff, and it was extremely cheap. I spent about $1 each on these next two. The first one here is a first season of Masters of Sex. So a complete first season is awesome to find for $1. Now, this is a TV series that I've never seen before, but I really love Lizzie Kaplan, who is the star of this one. So I thought this, for $1, I couldn't pass this up. Now, you'll see in a future haul video that I may have upgraded this already, but I wanted to share it anyway because it was such a good find for $1 at Disc Traders. I mean, that's awesome. Who could pass that up? So yeah, really cool find for a super cheap price. The first season of Masters of Sex. Let me know if this one is any good or not. I've heard good things, but it's not anything I've ever sat down to watch. So definitely need to correct that soon. And then the other one I grabbed from Disc Traders for about $1 is one that is available now on 4K. It was one of the Lionsgate 4K steelbooks that Best Buy had back last year or 2 years ago. But I didn't buy that, and so I picked up The Limey on DVD. Now here's another one that I've never seen, but it's a Steven Soderbergh film, so I'm guessing it's going to be pretty good given that it's Soderbergh. But I figured, you know what? Instead of spending whatever it was for the 4K, I might as well just pick this one up for $1 and go from there, see if I like it. If I love it, obviously I will upgrade it down the line. But for now, The Limey is in the collection. Very nice artisan DVD release. This thing feels empty, but it is in there, so that's always a good thing. But anyway, yeah, so we have The Limey. The rest of these DVDs are all from half-price books, and this first one here was on my wish list because if I'm not mistaken, I think I have the rest of them in this series, or there's one more I need. I can't remember exactly. I picked these up a while ago now, like a month and a half ago. But anyway, this is David Hasselhoff in Anaconda Offspring. And I think this says Anaconda 3, except it's really weird how it's in there. Yeah, Anaconda 3 Offspring. So I think there's one more, now that I'm saying that. I think there's one more that I still need that they didn't have, but I wasn't going to pass this one up. Really good price on this. So I don't love the original film, but I love that there's a series of these. And so I'm guessing they're going to get just more ridiculous as the series goes on. So I definitely need to make a series out of this at some point, or like a vlog while I watch through the series. I think that would be a lot of fun. So this next one here is Anaconda 3 Offspring, starring David Hasselhoff. Here's another one that I just don't see out in the wild very often, and one that I've always wanted to check out. We have Millennium. So I believe this is about like a plane that disappears. It says the people aboard Flight 35 are about to land 1,000 years from where they planned to. So time travel, sci-fi, count me in. This looks like a really good time. This one, I don't know if this is available on Blu-ray or not. Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I'll definitely check out this DVD first either way. And if I love it, I can upgrade. But yeah, this is a really cool find from Half Price Books. We have Millennium. I want to shout out Neil again over at Neil's Movie Channel because I think he has this in his collection, which is what made me aware of it. Maybe I'm wrong, Neil. You're probably watching. Let me know down below if I'm wrong. But this is a really cool edition of Legend. And this is actually the Ultimate Edition, which I don't think you're going to be able to see too well. There we go. Yeah, so you can see it has this really cool clear case to it. And then you open it up and you have the inside. And one more time here, we'll open it up without dropping everything. There we go. And you have a little booklet with it too, which is really cool, and it's a 2-disc set. So I actually didn't own this one in my collection at all. I thought for sure it was going to be a double dip, but it's not. I just don't have it in the collection. So I will definitely check this one out. I don't know if this one is great or not, but it's Tom Cruise, it's fantasy, sci-fi. I mean, what's not to enjoy here? So I'm sure this one's going to be fun when I get around to it. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. Tim Curry's in this also, which is awesome. So yeah, excited I was able to find this one. And it was a surprisingly low price for such a cool edition. So I thought that was a really cool find. We have the Ultimate Edition of Legend. These next 3 DVDs are all horror films, and this first one here is from a label, Bloody Disgusting Selects. We have Yellow Brick Road, and I'm looking at this now. I do need to replace that case. It is drawn on a little bit there with some initials, but that's fine. I have plenty of extra cases. This is a movie I remember when I worked at Family Video. It was always on the shelf, and I was always curious about it, but I never ended up renting it to watch it. But yeah, I guess it takes place in 1940. That's interesting. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Something happens in 1940. They don't know what happened to him for 70 years, and then, you know, crazy things are going to pick up once this new group of people are out in the same area. So, yeah, it looks interesting. And again, it's one of these labels, which I'm always looking to collect. So, yeah, cool find. Yellow Brick Road. I was sitting here for a few minutes trying to remember who talked about this movie recently, and I think it was Brian, the horror punk, and I'll link his channel and Neil's channel down in the comments or in the description box below, but I think he picked this one up on Blu-ray, and I want to say it was a Region B release, not a US release, but I haven't seen it yet, so I really want to check it out. It's called Shrooms, and it looks like a lot of fun. I remember seeing this movie at an FYE like 15 years ago and just never ended up buying it, but I've always been intrigued. It looks so cool to me. So yeah, we'll see if this is any good or not. I think he said in there that it's a pretty divisive film. Either you love it or you hate it. So hopefully I will be one of those that really enjoys it. So it looks like a ton of fun. This is Shrooms. The last of the horror DVDs here is another one that I think is relatively hard to find. One I've never seen in the wild before, but we have Stephen King's Sometimes They Come Back. Another one where I will replace the case on this eventually. But yeah, so this is a movie, like I said, that I just have never seen this out in the wild. And the sequel, I know, is even more difficult to find. There's a double pack of both of them that goes for quite a bit of money on eBay the last time I checked. And yeah, I've never seen this movie, but it's a Stephen King adaptation, so definitely something I want to check out. This one is directed by Tom McLaughlin. It is in full frame, but I don't know that there's a widescreen DVD release of this. Let me know down in the comments. Mike over at Movie Edge is great with knowing about those types of things, so maybe he'll be able to opine down there. But yeah, I thought this was a cool find either way. Had to have it for the collection. This is Sometimes They Come Back. And the last one for today is the lone Blu-ray of this haul, and I grabbed this one from Disc Traders. I found it in their glass case. It was marked at about 20 bucks, but it rang up at like 12, so it was a really good deal on this. And I am trying to finish my collection of these, but we have The Walking Dead, the complete 9th season. I think there are 11 seasons of The Walking Dead, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's 2 more that I need to get, but let me know down below. I could be wrong about that too. But yeah, this, like I said, was a really good price, and I was willing to pay 20 bucks for it because that's what it was marked as, but it rang up cheaper, which is always a good thing in my book. So yeah, it comes with the slip cover, which is really cool too. So I am one step closer to completing my Walking Dead collection. But yeah, I've only watched through like the first half of season 4. So I definitely want to go back and watch the last couple episodes of season 3, which will of course lead into season 4 and pick it up from there. But I enjoyed what I watched of this. We just kind of stopped for no real reason. Just never went back to it, but I definitely want to correct that now that I have most of them on physical media. So the last one in today's video and the only Blu-ray in this haul, The Walking Dead, the complete 9th season. Alright, so these have been sitting here for quite a while now, but I had to share them with you guys because these were some really fun finds. And like I said, just some items in there I never really see out in the wild, which I guess is just the benefit of going out of town in order to see what else is around. So yeah, I loved picking these ones up when I was down in Ohio for the most part. Like I said, those first two, those are from down the street, but everything else was from my vacation haul. Everything else I grabbed while I was on vacation, you'll see in a thrift store video. I probably have 4 or 5 episodes of thrift store videos lined up. So you'll see those as they trickle out over the next couple of weeks, months, whatever, however long it takes. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below, have you seen anything from this pile? And if so, what do you recommend? What is kind of the best of the best here when it comes to the pile today? Let me know what your thoughts are on that and anything down in the comments. I always appreciate any and all support down there, so thank you guys so much for that. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this one, go and hit that like button down there. That engagement really does help me out. And, you know, before you guys take off, thank you again first for watching, but second, I just want to encourage you all to consume some media today. I'll catch you all next time.